What's up guys? Welcome back to episode number 38 of the Expert Mode Calamity Mod Let's Play series. So today, I'm starting off with something very exciting, at least for me, and that is a radar. Finally, in our 38th episode, I was able to find a radar only by making like 3 or 4 more large worlds, completely going through them, and then finding a radar. But this means we can make the REK 3000, the PDA, and then finally the cell phone. Look how much room we have in our inventory now. It's so nice. And then I hovered over my item here, and you see I have a mythical energy staff. And for those of you who watched yesterday and realized that we had over 200 platinum and now we only have 91, you can probably assume I reforged some things, and you would be correct in assuming so. So I'll quickly go over the notable ones. We have the mythical energy staff. I got a Ruthless Tyrant's Ulti Sword, a Legendary Teratoma, Ruthless Lacerator, which almost does 1.2k thousand damage now, which is pretty crazy. You can say I have my Terraria armor again because I talked about the blood armor, which I'll talk about again here in a second, but I replaced it. I then get a Warding Asgard's Valor, made a few more things warding. I made this one Menacing. And this one is still armored, and that's the only thing that we're missing warding. But the other thing, if I go in this chest, you might notice, is it's A, filled up a lot, and B, has a lot more different potions and stuff in it. Like, you might be asking, why do you have 18 Life Force potions? So, it talked about in the Blood Flare armor. Let me go back here. Yeah, talked about on the Blood Flare armor set bonus about how blood orbs are really, like, they drop a lot and blood moons occur. So I ended up farming out a lot, and I think I still have some in here. Yeah, I still have 177 blood orbs left even after I made all these potions. So pretty much the blood armor is really only used for making potions. And then I did get a lot of pad tie something, because it's somewhat good, but the traveling merchant came and I had the money to do it, so I just went ahead and bought them anyways. But now that we have these potions, we've reforged everything, we've kind of situated ourselves and organized everything, it's finally time to do some real boss fights. That being with this rune of the Kos, or Kos, something like that. So if we go down here, you can see there's the 3 bosses here, the next 3, and you might notice that they're all summoned with the, other than Poltergeist or whatever, they're actually all summoned with this, this rune thing. And luckily for me, this, I'm pretty sure, is an infinite use thing. Like, it doesn't need to be made or dropped again. Like, it's just it's kind of like this thing where you can just click it. It uses it, but it doesn't actually use it, if that makes sense. Anyways, pretty much they're in 3 different locations. So the Ceaseless Void is in the dungeon, Stormweaver is in space, and Cygnus is in the underworld. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, Stormweaver was probably the easiest out of the ones, at least that I remember. And also, I just realized I need to take a lot of these off because I really don't care about the weather, the moon phase, fishing, etc. So anyways, I think I'm going to end up doing Stormweaver first, which I'm probably going to go up and do right now. But yeah, I'll just meet you up there. Can't remember it too well, so I think I'm just going to summon it here on the floating island. I just realized I didn't bring any potions either, but it's good because if this is an infinite consumable, we won't even have to bring potions this first time and worry about it. Now, if I summon this and this goes away, I'm going to be really mad. Nope, it doesn't, so great. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure this thing is like a worm type boss. Oh, it's coming from down there. I guess I'm going to start shooting. Oh, we got a little wyvern coming in already. Doing like 4 damage. Yeah, so I did read on the wiki as well. Oh, do you see how much damage that okay, so here's what I'm so here's what I remember. You can see I was doing a ton of damage, and that's because Stormweaver, it does that weird attack where, like, it charges you and follows you, And the thing is, you can't actually do damage to its body or head. It just does 1 damage. And as you can see, touching its head is not a very good idea at all, because it does a lot of damage. But if you hit its end, it actually does like a ton of damage. So it behaves a lot like the worms that are in the solar pillar. I'm forgetting their name right now, but it behaves a lot like them, where they just kind of follow you. They absolutely wreck you if you touch them, but if you can hit their back, then you can pretty easily kill them. So let's go ahead and try that again. One thing you might also notice, and I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing, the music, I turned up the music a lot compared to what it was before, because someone in the comments said, like, to turn up the music, basically, like, or to put music in, and I thought, you know, that's not a bad idea, because I do agree it's kind of lacking music on my videos, so I decided to turn up. Oh, that was close. Yep, and here's second stage. Anyways, I decided to actually put some music on my, oh, this is not good. Well, I didn't really put music on it, but I turned up the Terraria music, so hopefully that makes it better. I'm not exactly sure if it will or not, but hopefully it does. Ooh, we almost just got wrecked there. This guy seems to have a different phase, or like, I don't know what you want to call it. Seems to have a okay. Okay. So, obviously, Stormweaver is a bit tough. The AI is definitely challenging. Really, the only thing I think I'm finding challenging about it, though, is the fact that I'm in space, so I don't really have a... Like, I can't control myself very well, and it definitely sucks for him. So, you might be noticing, yeah, I'm going over to here, because I think I'm actually going to try the dungeon guy. So, I'm just going to go down there and make probably a pretty big area to do this in, and I'll be back. Well, hopefully I didn't go too overboard, but I did end up bringing some potions, and I got a pretty big arena, or at least what I would call a pretty big arena. So, if we are not about to get killed by this Diabolist, or whatever it's called, get our all of our summons out here, and then put a energy staff out, buff up, and let's just get it. There we go. Okay, so I roughly remember what this boss is like. So yeah, pretty sure, similar to the Perforator, these little ball things pretty much go around. They try and shoot you. They do whatever. But basically, you can't hurt the actual main boss until you kill all these balls. Which, yeah, don't take that the wrong way. Anyways, and you will notice, now the boss only actually has 150 life. You're like, wow, that's really easy. Well, the thing is, you only do 1 damage to him, meaning you can't really just like kill him in one go. So basically, you do as much as you can when he's in that phase, and then he summons more of these guys, and then it's pretty much the same process the whole fight. So it's definitely not the most interesting fight, but it's definitely necessary. But it seems like right now, unless he does some sort of super weird rage mode, pretty sure we've got him. I mean, we're hanging above 800 health still, and he is, he's getting pretty much wrecked right now, honestly. Last ball gonna go down. He's down to 16. He's down to 12 health. So we need to get 12 hits next time. And that's probably gonna be the end of the fight. Like, it's not really that hard. Or at least, it hasn't seemed to be. Wow, that was English right there, ladies and gentlemen. Take examples from me. And he's defeated. And I saw something up there still. Let me... Dark Plasma. Okay. So we ended up getting 5 super healing potions, which I'm down for, and 2 Dark Plasma, which if we put it in here, is necessary for this, which probably would be good if you're a... oh, never mind. That's Drayden's Forge. This actually would probably be really good. Fires a fast no bullet that distorts NPC stats. What? Okay. But more importantly, you need this for the Cosmic Worm. Oh, this is the boss that I hate. I hate with a passion, and that's the Devourer of Gods. Now, it's going to be a while until we even think about challenging him, because, actually, while I talk here, I'm probably just going to casually do another one of these fights, because that was really easy. But the Devourer of Gods is a huge freaking worm that is pretty much the wall of flesh of the endgame tier, or what they refer to as uber tier items. He actually drops Cosmolite, which I'm pretty sure I've expressed this before, but Cosmolite is used to craft a ton of things, and he's the guy who drops it, but he's really, I don't know if maybe I'm just a noob or what, but he is really, really tough to beat. I have never actually beat him, so yeah, it's definitely going to be a challenge for me, and I'm actually dying here. No, never mind, I'm back up to 800, but as I was saying, he's really, really tough, and it does not help that his recipe to challenge him, or fight him, whatever you want to call it, is really expensive, because as you can see, it required a lot of materials, and those materials just happen to come from these bosses. So the Stormweaver, basically everything that's summoned with that rune thing. So the Stormweaver, the Ceaseless Void here, and I can't remember the other one, but I'm pretty sure you fight that one in Hell. But yeah, everything like that basically is pretty much the gateway, I want to say it. Oh, we got a trophy, that's cool. But yeah, you pretty much just have to farm a ton of this stuff out. I'm not sure if they actually drop anything other than these, like, souls or whatever, but it's whatever. So, what I am going to do, though, is I'm going to quickly sell the black belt. Wow, 5 of them sell for 50 gold. That's crazy. Alright, well, oh, and armor polish. Need to sell that. So, I think, before we end this episode, I want to challenge the guy in Hell once, because we tried the guy, or Stormweaver, we tried him. So, I kind of want to try the Hell guy. Let me see what his name is, because I forget. Cygnus. This guy's after Stormweaver, it says, so hopefully he's not extremely hard. Back over here in the arena. One thing I want to quickly mention before we actually start this fight. I know someone commented and actually mentioned this yesterday in the comments, and that's like, why does the video look really grainy in the underworld? Because like they just pretty much just asked, you know, is it just me, or does the video look really like deteriorated when you're in the underworld? And you would not be incorrect if you think that the video right now looks really grainy. I'm pretty certain it's this background and just the way it's there, that combined with all the lava, it really kills my FPS. So I apologize for that, but while we still have 2 minutes of that buff left, let's go ahead and try and get this guy down. Right now, because I didn't actually remember what this guy did, but right now he's reminding me a lot of the Brimstone Elemental that we fought a while ago. And it seems, I can't tell if he's going invincible because we're going in that, oh wow. I can't tell if he's going invincible because we're going into that other, like, biome, and if that's affecting it, or whoa. That's crazy. I keep thinking my Wisp, for some reason, is actually part of his attack. So it seems right now, yeah, he's very similar to the Brimstone Elemental, where he, like, teleports and tries to kind of follow you, and then he'll go into some crazy phase where he shoots some sort of projectiles, not sure what you want to call them. Now, I do think, though, in the, oh, God, I do think in the Brimstone Elemental fight, the Brimstone thing, like, sat in some cocoon and shot instead of, like, going everywhere like this. But either way, you get the point in what I mean. And I mean, it's even being fought in, like, the exact same area, so it's definitely reminding me of that. Okay, we need to Teratoma him right now, because the health is not looking great. That's, oh boy. The health is not looking great at all. He does that really crazy, like, charge thing right there. Not sure how I'm supposed to avoid that. Yeah, that's crazy. But we definitely did better on him than we did on the Stormweaver. We actually got him down pretty far. And obviously, since we have infinite tries, it's probably going to be pretty easy. But the episode's getting long enough. I'm going to go ahead and end it there just because I don't want to make it super long. I've said it before, but I'm trying to cut down on the episode length. So, anyways, with I guess nothing else left to do in the episode, well, I guess we have stuff, but you know what I mean. I'll see you guys in the next episode. So, peace.